Let's go to Port Harcourt. Heavens won't fall if Fubara is impeached. Wike.
YOLO. Fubara is going. I watched Wike yesterday, and there's only one word I can use for the way he conducted himself. It was reckless. You don't say, for example, that heavens won't fall if Fubara is impeached. Even if they won't fall, I don't think it is politically nice. And within the crisis, you make such boastful claims. I don't think it was right. What he said here was quite. I watched it by the way. When he was first of all, let's take the issue of Fubara having gone to the house and meeting the door locked. He knew before he set out that door was locked. He did that for the optics, because surely he has what you call an advance team.
That's right.
The advance team would have gone to do a recce, and they would have come back to tell him that. And Wike claimed that his manner of communication showed that, to put it in my own words, he was doing all that to, quote and unquote, fulfill all righteousness, just as if that he didn't do it in the proper manner. He didn't do this, he didn't do that, he didn't do this, and he didn't do that. There is a bit of pride in both parties. There's a bit of pride. I don't think Fubara has absorbed the fact, or maybe he has, that whether he likes it or not, that is the assembly he's going to have to deal with. But I think from Wike's stance yesterday, they have made up their minds they're going to, they have made up their minds they won't work with him. And he said, look at the report here. It says heavens won't fall if Fubara is impeached. He says if Fubara is put to the gallery, he tagged Pandef as the worst organization to rely on. And this is a very strong group in the Niger Delta. Yes. And I think he should have been a bit more guarded. It says that in those Fubara's letter to the assembly was useless and insincere. Come on. He says Fubara demolished assembly comments, can't visit uninvited. 27 lawmakers back governor from entering assembly. Wike said something. Look at this headline. No ethnic group has the monopoly of violence. That is the threat by the Ijaw people. In replying them, I don't think this would help matters. In daring them, I don't think. When you say no ethnic group has the monopoly of violence, so are you saying that the other groups are armed? Okay? Now, he said every ethnic group in Niger Delta had the capacity to do what others are doing, warning that no one should arrogate to himself the monopoly of violence. Wike is a former governor. He's become an elder statesman in that state. Okay? And rather than preach peace and think of progress for the people, it looks like and from his man yesterday, it looks as if he's all out ready for war. He said, who has called for his impeachment? Who? He has committed an infraction to be impeached. What is wrong? Is impeachment a criminal offense? Is it not provided for in the Constitution? And then he says, am I a member of the assembly? It says, I have heard people say if they impeach him, there will be breakdown of law and order. Rubbish. Okay? Tell me, who are the militants? Who was born a militant? Tell me, who is a militant? Who cannot blow the pipelines? Why do you arrogate this power to a certain group of people? Are Ijaw people the only ones who can blow up pipelines? What nonsense is that? Who told you that Ogoni, Ikwere, and others cannot blow up pipelines? Why do you arrogate powers to people? Then he says, philosophically, who is the one doing the contract of the pipeline surveillance? Is it not an Ijaw son? Is it not Tompolo? Tantila? They gave you the contract, you are Ijaw, and somebody will say Ijaw people will go and blow pipelines, and somebody will listen to that. I think that he described the letters that Fubara sent as useless letters. I think that Wike, it should be advised by those concerned to cool it down. If your people want to impeach the guy, go ahead and get it done. But I don't think words of war and battle, I don't think will help in this case. But you know more about the River State than I do, so you tell me what's on your mind
about this issue.
Yes, and Wike's conduct yesterday.
I mean, that was there was something that even came to mind when I saw that thing, and to my mind, I'm thinking, if Wike extends invitation to the press people to come and sit down with him, perhaps it's just best nobody shows up. Of course, I know that it's impossible. I mean, look, as media people, as journalists, you have to do this thing as your job.
Not just that, Sheriff. Let's be honest.
Because this is inciting. This is not. This is not statemanly.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. Our colleagues too have not helped in this matter, jumping at every opportunity to go and sit down with him for 2-3 hours. Our colleagues haven't been helpful, and it's usually the same set of people. They have not been helpful. I've told you the days of total neutrality in anything like this are gone. As media, responsible media, you must take a stand. He was given close to 2.5 hours live on television. Our colleagues should be partially blamed for this. I mean, you sit down there and Sheriff, you know what we are talking about. Okay, a year, you understand what I'm saying. Everybody must have a sense of responsibility. I know that, look, eventually something tells me that Fubara is gone. He's lost in this game and so be it. But you don't fan embers or by begin to say nobody has a monopoly. Yesterday it was like all-out war. If we had to fight another country, we wouldn't need the propaganda you'd need for that. Won't be more than what we had yesterday. It's as if he's prepared for the worst. And if, you see, part of the problem we are going to have is that Wike appears, and the APC members themselves are a bit worried that the president has overindulged him. Because at the end of the day, this all this so-called power, we know where the origins are. All this power that I'm powerful and this I'm connected, we know what I want. Okay, and to put it in these words, nobody has a but the president himself has to contain Wike for peace to reign in that place. Because what do you think the judge would have been doing since yesterday? Having heard all what he said.
I saw a video, I don't know whether it's current or not, of some masked men inside the bush.
Oh no, that was last week.
It was last week.
Except that was another one. I don't know what.
Yes.
But there was one of some masked men. You can't take away the tribal sentiment in this.
No.
This is the first time they're going to have an
can't take it
governor.
away. Exactly.
And the Ijaws, ironically, of all the indigenes in Port Harcourt, they're the most widespread.
I was going to say that.
Up to Bayelsa, up to even in Lagos.
I was going to say that.
Yes.
I mean, it's too inciting to a group of people to believe that you, as an individual, you can lure people into violence. You can destabilize your own state because of your interest.
And at the end of the day,
and you're talking like that on TV.
And what is the issue with this Fubara thing? The way I look at it is a matter of political interest, structure, and this and that. It has no bearing on the progress of the state.